It's amazing. All I have to do is click go. Everything just happens automatic. There's no preparing or planning that has to be done. I just click go and it's go. I love it. This is the future of live streaming. What can I say? I'm consistent. By the way, maybe I should find my toothbrushes. Because Q-tips aren't cutting it. Shouldn't be cutting anything. Toothbrush. That's the real tool. It's way more effective than a Q-tip. Yeah, that one looks nice. That one's okay. Probably make a bit more progress, a bit quicker progress with them today by using the toothbrush. I'm seeing a bit of... Is that paint or is that like a decal? There's no pink coming off on the Q-tip. Should be fine. Just looks a bit smeared. I don't know. Smeared might be the correct description. As soon as I can say I've got through these, can take inventory. Know exactly what I've got then. So much of this stuff, I'm seeing it for the first time since I bought it. Since we bought it. Garlips and I. And like boot fairs, some of this stuff is like from 10 years ago. Venonat. If it was a Pokemon toy, chances are it was something Garlips bought years ago. It's a white spot on the back side of this Poliwag. Don't know if it's... Oh no, it'll come off. I'm not sure what will come off, what's part of the paint, what was a manufacturing fault on it. You don't get toys, you don't get Pokemon toys that look like this quaint that are based off the old The old Ken Sugimori illustrations. Something special about the classic Pokemon toys. You compare it to something modern, like this Piplup. This Piplup still isn't super modern. What are we looking at? 2007. Wow. There's kids with millions of subscribers on YouTube right now who weren't even alive in 2007. That's kind of wild. I don't think there's anything else that needs gluing amongst the toys that I have left to do. Because I went through them yesterday looking for Ayame's hand. Ayame's hand may still show up. The bag was in another tote before it ended up in the other tote, if that makes any sense. So Ayame's hand might be in that other tote. And that's my hopes. Yeah. Hey, Johnny. Monster High, I think. I think we had a few of these Monster High figures in Panworld back in the day. So it's not too bad. This guy's name's Survivor or something? I think that might have been the unevolved form. He's Gen 3 or newer, so I know him less. You're curious about updates? I have a job interview on Thursday. If I get it, it'll be quite nice. It would put me in an area of town that's got like a large student population. So it's like there's a lot of money. And it's worth chasing the areas where there's a lot of money. Because money breeds opportunities. It's good. It's like a student housing thing. Being at the reception, looking after details and records. People need their key, providing with them with their key. Reporting any leaks or problems to contractors. That sort of stuff. I think I would get, really involved with it. Of course, it's up to them to decide if they like the cut of my jip. Fingers crossed they do. But that would be... The interview's Thursday, so I wouldn't expect us to hear anything for a while. Right, the little miss that I cleaned yesterday, the paint smeared. Yeah. The paint comes off of these. So I can only clean like certain parts of it. Really need like a knife. Yeah, I've got a file here. Really hoping whatever that white smudge is, it files out, but it might not. Yeah, it did for the most part. Oh. As soon as the rubbing alcohol dried. Like, it looks fine when you rub it down with the rubbing alcohol. And then as soon as it dries, it becomes a giant white smudge again. See if I can do something about the mouth with the permanent marker. It's not the most elegant solution. In a lot of these smaller toys, I might just donate to a charity shop or even junk. I don't know. So what's his name? Is this Mr. Happy? Which one is this? Mr. Noisy. Mr. Noisy's cleared up alright. Sounds like a great job in setting for an 80s sex comedy. I'm trying not to think about all the nubile students that'll be, you know, waltzing around in front of me. Might be quite a challenging job in that regard. Nidoking cleaned up, okay. Got a Chimchar here. So he's from the same era or batch as that Piplup. There's a black mark on the back of his head. It's getting it a little. Black mark's gone. Sorry, ladies, I'm only here for the cash. It's not even remotely true. I could meet the perfect girl. Or guy. Nah, girl. There's a lot of dirt around Chimchar's tail. I have to change Q-tip in a moment because that much dirt has come off the last few figures. Yeah, it looks all right. Again, if it's in an ensemble, it doesn't really matter if there's a bit of like visual. Was it a Chimchar? Was it a Pip? It was a Pip-Pop I cleaned earlier, but here's another Pip-Pop. Plip-Plop. It's got mouth movement. This one is a McDonald's, and therefore it will 2016. It will have the paint that smears. It'll have the smeary paint. So. Like little specks of paint on this. I think I'm over Garlop's house tomorrow to do some more DIY sort of stuff. So I was trying to take, today a little bit easy. I wasn't going to do very much in terms of job search. Going to have a quiet day. And as it turned out, I got this phone call. Well, I should back up a little bit. I've been in contact with somebody from a HR firm in regards to a role on the outskirts of the city, cutting and distributing tiles. And been back and forth with them in email, clarifying what exactly it is, the job that, the position they're trying to fill. I'm like, okay, sure. Put me forwards for interview then. Here's my availability, right? So while they were figuring out the best time to give me an interview, I got a phone call from this role I was just telling you about, the customer service advisor for this like student accommodation and fancy new built-up area of the city. And I agreed on a date and time for the interview. Once I finished that phone call, checked my email, and this tile firm basically wanted to give me an interview on the same day, at the same time. If they had been maybe a little bit quicker in getting back to me, then it would have been the other way around, and I would have promised them a time, and then this other position would have struggled. But I think this student accommodation role would be absolutely perfect for me. And it might even be fate, because the time and date that they suggested for the interview was spot on, perfect for lining up with everything else that I was planning this week. Fit right into my free time perfectly. It's wild how that lined up. I didn't give them my availability, like the place, the cutting tiles and distributing tiles job. I gave them my availability, but this other place managed to get my availability spot on by complete accident. which is sort of like, if you believe in it, it feels a little bit like Fate. Oshawott. Well, not Oshawott, the one up from Oshawott. I think Oshawott is the young one. I think. This is the teenage Pokemon. I forget its name. It's the one that throws scallops. Like kunai. Cheering me on, that's what I like to hear. So, this one, for some reason the head can come off, which is wild to me. I guess they wanted the articulation. And maybe they could just plop the heads on and off in the factory. If it bothers me, I'll glue it in place, but it doesn't bother me. Again, if this is the back of an ensemble, like a display on a shelf, then it really isn't a problem that there's a visible neck gap between the head and the Pokemon. Coffee is a really good idea, and I might go down and fetch my cup and filter. I might make some coffee. I don't intend to do figurines all night. But, you know, strike while the iron is hot. I was doing this yesterday. Organizing it like this. Gives me the freedom to use the tote that the bag had in it for something else. Possibly computer parts. VHS tapes. Plenty of things that could use sorting. This, oh, what's it called? Bellizel? Something like that. He's got like a noticeable crack in his neck ring. Noticeable crack in his mouth as well. Wonder if this one will clean up. It also looks like paint that might come off with isopropyl alcohol. Gonna donate them all, sell a bit. I don't know. I'd run it past Garlips, because ultimately it'll become our joint collection, our joint display. And a lot of this Pokemon stuff, Garlips originally bought, like 10 plus years ago. So therefore the responsibility of what to do with it would ultimately fall onto him for a lot of this stuff. Not all of it. I mean, like, the Monster High ones are mine, the Sonic toys are mine, the Dragon Ball Z toys are mine. But a lot of the Pokemon stuff was initially his, so he'd be the one that would decide. Jacob, how's it going? Yeah, I think that's the cleanest, this Bellizel? Bazil? Whatever the fuck it's called. It's gonna get. Kingdra. So this one, if you have a look here, it's got like something in its mouth. This one, I believe you would put it in water and then squeeze, and it would piss out some water from its mouth. Do you have Bakugan toys? I never collected Bakugan. That was one of the things I didn't get into. Would say I was a little too old to be into Bakugan when Bakugan was around, but, you know, a lot of the toys I'm cleaning now, I bought as an adult or Gallop Sport as an adult. So, yeah, this one has a squirty water action. It seems to clean up for the most part, but there's some, I guess I would describe them as like stains. Yeah. And I'm concerned that I might not be able to clean them because the isopropyl alcohol might take this paint off. I'm going to keep going until I see the paint start to come off, and then I will stop. It's alright. It seems to be, for the most part, taking it off without taking the paint off. If I see it start to smear the paint, I'm out. No, we appear to be okay. I mean, I can't work a miracle with it. That's about the best it's going to get. These old toys are going to be, you know, pretty gunked up. If they look good and they look clean, that basically means no kid ever played with them. And that's sad. You know? I would much rather there be a little, you know, sign that that a toy was played with once upon a time. Because the idea that it never was is way sadder to me. Kind of expect old toys like this to have some minor blemishes, a lot of which would clean up, but you would expect it. That's especially true about stuff that you get out of charity shops. Oh, this was a 1998 Burger King. Manufactured for Burger King. It's just me, or is the Naruto Revolution game for 360 hella expensive? Oh, is it rare? Which one's that? Revolutions. Not Ninja Storm Generation. This isn't meant to be a flex, but you mean this one. Is it really that rare? Because back when I bought it, I bought like 4 Naruto games together for like 25 quid. And to think that they're ridiculously expensive now? That that works for me. That works for me indeed. It's really that rare. Because like I got a bunch of these fucking Naruto games at once. Didn't realize they were that uncommon. Back when I got them, you practically couldn't move for them. There were so many copies of these out and about. Practically swimming in copies of them. Oh yeah. and the fourth one, which was Storm 2. Yeah, you couldn't move for them back in the day. You really couldn't. They were everywhere. Wild to me that they're worth a lot now. That's crazy. Like I said, not a flex, just it's weird to me that they're worth so much now. Yeah, I really made a mistake not playing them for as long as I did, and I've missed a few of them. I started playing 4. I think I finished 3. I started playing 4, and I stopped because I think I was in a bad place mentally at the time. I was like, nobody shows up to my live streams, and all this and all that, and basically I was being pity party, woe is me, emotional bullshit. And I kind of shelved the game as a result. If I went back to Ultimate Ninja Storm 4, it would be a do-over. I would start from the beginning, because the 2 streams I did on it were not a good time. The paint is coming off Scraggy's face on this, so... This one I'm not going to be able to clean, because so much of him is paint detail. All of this yellow part, the head, is paint detail. If I go too hard on this, it's going to start smearing and coming off. So, if I'm going to clean it, I need to be really careful. Quite frankly, I don't think I can deal with the headache. Where I've been with the isopropanol, you can see... Oh my god, you can see... It looks like I've cummed on him. He's going to need to go in special care. Yeah, I might get round to playing Ultimate Ninja Storm 4. It was one of the poll games this year. We're doing the polls leading up to Halloween. Every month, voting on a game and then playing that game in full. Ninja Storm 4 was on one of the polls, but it didn't get selected. So it's gone back on the back burner. I'll look at it at some point. Because they are good games, and I enjoyed my time with them immensely. These old Pokemon toys based on the old Sugimori artworks are so gorgeous. Back when the Pokemon weren't redesigned to be like mass marketable. Their original, quite a lot of them chubby designs. Like, not based on what some guy in a suit thinks would be appealing, but actually based on what some Japanese guy in an office thought might be appealing. It's a big difference. Unless he's in a suit. I suppose there's not really much of a difference. Really did like these figurines. Yeah, the S ranks are pretty easy in the Shippuden games. I don't mind, because every time you get an S rank, you get a shit ton of points. And those points all go towards unlocking things. So I don't mind that the S ranks are a little bit too easy sometimes. Here's Charmy the Bee, the last one of the Chaotix crew. Oh wait, I don't think we've cleaned Espio yet. No, we haven't. So this one's kind of nice, but a lot of paint details. So I'm concerned about doing damage to it, so I'm not going to go too deep. I think that's a general rule. Don't go deep in Charmy. Like they say. Don't put your dick in crazy. It's starting to look like a big box of delights. You know, it's not too bad. Just fixing the articulation on SBO. I'm going to clean around his mouth area without taking paint off. Seems the paint that they used on these is better than the paint on those old McDonald's figures, because the dirt doesn't attach them too much. So Broken Bond and Rise of a Ninja, funny you should mention them. Let's see. Broken Bond here. I think Broken Bond's in the other room with the Xbox 360, because I was planning to cover it in a follow-up. Broken Bond's not here amongst this 360 stack. I've got Broken Bond and I've got Rise of a Ninja. They are fine. If you're curious about Rise of a Ninja, on the Eiko Rakujo Chigusa channel, I covered it as part of Rip It Off, and you can also find it in the video on this channel, the complete Rip It Off complete series. It's the first game featured on it. Rise of a Ninja is a good time. It's solid. Checks out. It's what you would expect an Ubisoft, Canadian developed game based on a Japanese franchise to play like. It's not perfect. It's got a lot of problems, in fact. But it's fine. The main issue I had with it really is that difficulty doesn't fuck around. Like, it's hard. And the game really does expect you to do all the side quests and all the side content and befriend every single townsperson and do all the ramen delivery missions. Otherwise, you are gonna struggle when it comes to, like, the boss fights. Basically, Neji and Gaara are bullshit hard. Neji at the end of the Forest of Death exam, and Gaara at the end of the game, the Gaara transformation. You fight as the Ninetales. But the one thing I really liked about Broken Bond was that the events from the show, you unlock them as so-called memo clips. You know how in an anime someone's about to die, they're about to perish, they're about to lose the fight, and then they remember a key moment that made them who they are, that gave them their inner strength, right? The Naruto game, Broken Bond and Rise of a Ninja, they gamify that mechanic. So you unlock these memories, and then as you're defeated, you can activate one of your memories. And then you hear a voice clip, and the character saying, I was strong because you made me strong, Naruto. I'm gonna become the Hokage one day. Like, you get these little, like, moments that really were instrumental in giving Naruto his strength. And while they're playing, you mash A, and you get your health back. Your health regenerates back to a certain amount. So basically, it's just like how in a shonen anime, the character remembers a key moment from their past, and it gives them the strength and resolve to win. But they actually gamify it into a mechanic, and at the end of every major story beat, you unlock a new one of these memories that you can equip and then use when you're running low on health. Do I have 2 Growliths? I do. I have 2 Growliths. Well, that tells me that the white paint issue with them is in part due to the age of the paint. Because it's more prominent on this one. Yeah, it's a fun mechanic. I like those Naruto games because you can tell the difference between. This is going to sound weird. You can tell the difference between a game that's developed in Japan based on a Japanese license, a game that's developed in Japan based on a Western license, and a game that's developed in the West based on a Japanese license. So, for example, Naruto Shippuden Ultimate Ninja Storm, or whatever, right? Japanese game based on a Japanese likeness, a Japanese IP, and it has a certain gameplay style and a certain look and a certain feel. That's very Japanese style plus Japanese IP. You get something like DC Superhero Girls for Nintendo Switch. Western license developed by a Japanese developer. So it's got the Western look and feel, but it's got that Japanese design ethos, right? And then you get Naruto, Rise of a Ninja, and Broken Bond, which are Western developed, so Western look and feel based on a Japanese IP, and that's just so wild because you don't get that very often. And it has a certain feel. Like the only time I've ever had that feel out of another game was Little Witching Mischiefs on PlayStation 1, based on the engine of another game developed by Toys for Bob and then retrofitted to have Japanese characters and license in it. It has such a very like Western feel that kind of transcends past the IP, and that Naruto game is the same in that it feels very, very Western, even though it's based on a Japanese IP. I think I kind of explained what I meant in a somewhat roundabout way. Like, you can tell there's something fucky and weird about it, but at the same time, it's still quite enjoyable regardless. I'd recommend giving them both a go. I haven't actually played the second one, so maybe one day I'll do that. I played the first one through like twice. It's a good game. Checks out. One of the Growliths maybe Ditto. I hadn't thought of that. Someone says, "Why have you got two Growliths?" I'll be like, "Dude, that's a Ditto." Japanese IP should stick with Japanese devs. No, I don't think that. I don't think that at all. Um, there's some special that comes from giving a Japanese IP to a Western developer, just as there is something special in giving a Western IP to a Japanese developer. Superhero Girls was a surprisingly good game for something developed in Japan. Based on a Western IP, it was surprisingly decent. So I think there's no like moral to learn there. I wouldn't really change anything about Rise of a Ninja, except perhaps its difficulty level. And if you don't like the English dub, while you still can get on the Xbox Store and download the Japanese voice DLC before you lose the opportunity to do it. Was there ever a game based on Super Sentai? Based on Super Sentai by a Japanese developer? Yes. A couple on Famicom, I want to say. And there's a Super Sentai versus Pato Ranger or something for Nintendo Switch. A Nari Park title, like the Precure game I covered during Nintendo Switch SummerSlam. One of the Nari Kids Park games. Japan has had a Power Rangers game. No, for real. Japan has had a Power Rangers game called Power Rangers. I'm gonna blow your fucking mind. There was one on the PlayStation 1. A Power Rangers, I want to say, pinball game that was released as Power Rangers in Japan. Crazy. It's nice to see old Japanese franchises and brands getting the recognition they deserve nowadays. I mean, you wouldn't get a Getter Robo game or whatever it is that you're seeing now. You wouldn't get Ultraman in Gigabash. Like, it's amazing how there really is a lot of love for that now where there wasn't before. This must belong to Shadow, I think. I might have the Shadow. Yeah, I do. Here he is. Maria, I will avenge you. But first, who are you and how do you know my name? That's what he says every time you start a fucking race with him in Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing. Who are you and how do you know my name? It's hilarious. They just took pre-existing voice clips because they couldn't afford to get new ones recorded. So it's pretty funny. There we go, and he clips onto the bike like that. Pretty cool. Yeah, Super Sentai inspired Power Rangers. Give me more TMNT Superman Legend. I was shocked that there wasn't Superman Legend related content in Shredder's Revenge, because it referenced everything else. Fuck, it even included Tempestra. I mean, come on, that's a deep cut. And they added Usagi, Yojimbo, and Karai? Really should have added something from Superman Legend, even if it's just, you know, you can find Moo or something. Devs of All Stars wasn't Sega. It was a company called Sumo Digital, who I think are still independent, but they mostly do Sega stuff. Sumo Digital have basically done that series since the beginning, from what I remember. Speaking of Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing, here's the Sonic. So this must have been a 3-pack then, with that Knuckles that we had yesterday on a quad bike. I quite like these. They're small, they're dinky, they're stupid, but they're kind of charming in a weird way. Little Big Planet 3, yeah, they did. Completely forgot about that. Little Big Planet 3. I like this Japanese taxi, Hot Wheel. I bought it because the door opens and there's like an interior inside. Door doesn't open very far, but the door opens. There is I think there's a treasure hunt version of this where the door is metal. Treasure hunt variations of Hot Wheels being the versions of the figurine where an element of them is different. Some of them have metal wheels, some of them have features that are normally plastic that are metal. It's like a bonus variant that's uncommon. We had a few treasure hunt variants in at Pound World back in the day. This Pikachu would have been on the top of something originally, like maybe a bottle or something. Oh no, I know what these were. So these came with like a plastic dome around them, like an assist trophy. They're way older than assist trophies though. You know, I saw them and I just, I'd see the Pokemon inside and I just want to rescue them. Like, I want to free them from their prison. Back in the day, you could get these, I think they were bootleg Pokemon toys that came inside, um, like bouncy rubber balls. And, the bouncy rubber ball was great and all. But fuck that. The first thing you do is get a knife and cut it open and free the Pokemon from inside. But the trick of the light was they would look really big in the ball, and then you cut them open, they're like this really tiny figure. Because of the trick of the light. They would look bigger inside the rubber ball. Pikachu's a bit grubby. Yeah. It's cute though. Good old fat Pikachu. Got a couple more Pokemon here. Got a... I never checked which one was Dialga and which one was Palkia. I think this one's Dialga. Is this Dialga? They wasn't bootleg, they were official. The figures in them was bootlegged. Oh, so... So are you saying that the figures inside them were then copied and sold by bootleggers? So this is Palkia, right. So the one I like is Dialga. Okay. How's it going, Acid? So this one's cool and all, but my favourite legendary of that generation was this one. He just looks more dangerous. But a lot of these, they're not getting clean. A lot of them, I think the paint just goes bad over time. Got a Dragonite here. Carry on with the Pokemon. Got a Seviper here. Pokemon Nintendo Basic Fun China. There's a whole bunch of these Pokemon toys that were 10 years old when we got them in Pound World. They'd been sitting around for like 10 years in a factory or in a warehouse. The Blue Thunder Pokemon from Black and White. I'd probably know it if I saw it. I've got a couple of Monster Highs left to go through. A couple of little Monster Highs. Draculaura, she's alright. It's not my favourite. I mean, I'm not against like young, fit teenage vampires. I like Twilight as much as the next person. No, in all seriousness, yeah, give me Mavis Dracula any day. Draculaura, not so much. I'm more of a sort of Kathleen Wolf kind of guy. Oh my god, we've got one that's missing an arm. Gulia or whatever her name is. She's gonna go straight into the casualty bin. I forget this one's name. This is the like cheetah girl, I guess. I vaguely remember her from, was it Ghoul Spirit? No, New Ghoul in School, which I played on 360. That was kind of what spurred me on to get some small Monster High figurines. That, and because they were in Pound World, and I bought one of everything. Nickelodeon will release a live-action Monster High movie. Oh. I mean, I hear the Dora one was okay. Might end up being surprisingly good. I don't know. Really getting to the dregs now. Got again that second evolution of Oshawott that was that we had a larger figure of further up. There's a lot of things I have, like a small one and a big one. We've got like barely anything left in the box to go through. We're almost done with the box. Got another dinosaur in here. I think these were maybe £2 or £3 each when I bought them, or they might have come in a small pack. But yeah, I had money to burn when I was at Poundworld. I had money to burn. I bought things I didn't even like because they were cheap. You know, I was head of the toy section, so I bought the toys. I've wasted a lot of money. I pulled up my my Epic Games account information today, just out of curiosity. Just on Fortnite Crew alone, you know, I've been a member for what, 2 years, on and off. I look at the amount of money I've burned and I wince. If I'd put that money into something else, maybe. You can't dwell on the past like that. It's easy to go in hindsight. Whatever. You know, you've gotten fun and enjoyment out of it. But I know I can do better in regards to that sort of thing. But who doesn't want a plastic toy of Bart having a heart attack? Oh, my little boy's dead. Ah! Dead Bart. .avi. Oh, Maggie. Almost done with the toys. I'm happy to report. So I never did find the bottom half of this guy. So he's going in the needs attention. It's 2 jetpacks or armors, and I have no idea who they belong to. Espio's kunai was fine. That can go in with the box with Espio. Got a pterodactyl. I think this is the last one of those shitty dinosaurs. Yes, it is. The wolf girl figure reminds me of the movie where Shaggy's face gets transformed to a wolf one. He and his crew need to win a race against real monsters to return. That, yeah, that sounds like a Scooby-Doo movie, alright. The show grounded itself in a little bit of reality, but the movies seem to, you know, just go, oh yeah, monsters and they're real. Monster World, I don't know. Make shit up, they'll buy anything. It's a movie for kids. And by the way, watched a video last night by Peebs, where he watched the first Scooby-Doo movie and reacted to it. Didn't know about the deleted scene with Velma doing a striptease on a giant grand piano, whatever it is. That movie was wild though. Makes me want to watch it. I was thinking about doing reaction content, you see. Not like on my main channel, God forbid, but it's the idea of like fingers in pies, right? If you make reaction content and then you link back to your main content, maybe 1 in 10,000 viewers will click it. But you know, reaction content is a big view maker, you know? So if you get 10,000 views, if it results in 1 regular viewer to your edited or streamed content, then that's worth it, isn't it? So I was thinking the first piece of reaction content I'd probably do is Sephiroth's bendy sword. No, really, why is it so bendy? Like, I would have to hold it in place for like hours. Maybe glue something to it. Stop it from bending so much. So bizarre. I was thinking the first bit of reaction content I would do would be the Amazing Digital Circus, because that's like made like stupid figures at this point on YouTube, like crazy numbers. Everybody's talking about it. And then I could watch, I don't know, iCarly and channels that I regularly watch, things like Blame It on Jorge, Source Brew. I want to make sure that my content is transformative, because I don't like people who just sit there and put somebody else's video on, watch it without saying anything, then say 2 lines at the end, and no, that's not transformative. That's not how we do things at NME. I want to get it with a money back guarantee. So, check it out. That is today and yesterday. Big box of toys. Did you hear that a Can Bully 2 name was found in GTA 5's files? There's a lot of stuff that Rockstar puts in as a joke that isn't real, and there's a lot of stuff that Rockstar puts in that's a leftover from something else. Like there was an item in one of the heist DLCs for GTA Online that features an artwork that's very reminiscent of the Bulworth Academy emblem. So, I mean, Rockstar has a history of doing it. Well, the figurines have been gone through. There really is no sign of Ame's hand, which is gut-wrenching. My queen deserved better. That reminds me, this week on Friday, I might be picking up a VCR. Another one. A replacement. Maybe I should change webcam. I'm going to be up and about in the office. Can I do this, like, just by using properties? Yeah, okay, that works. Hi, fam. But I'm upside down. I'm in Australia. Space Australia. Transform, reset. Security notice. This room has audio and visual recording at all times. Hi. God. Got it. Oh! Right. What's next on the agenda? Figures have been done. Figures are done. I want to go through this other tote. Just on the off chance that, because the toy bag was in there, that Ayame's hand might show up. Complete crapshoot. May or may not happen. Tweezers, clippers, tools. Do some gunpla. If I put it on the desk, that might spur me. Right. That's the case for my drill, but my drill is most certainly in the other room. Is this a room in the house you live in? Yes, it is. This is the office. Okay, we could go through this box. A lot of things in here, some of which I haven't been through for a little while. Boxes of stuff, boxes of boxes, in boxes, more boxes, and boxes of boxes. Okay. Maybe should get some cable ties. But a DV. Yeah. This is when I didn't know if the motherboard was fucked. I dug out a DVI cable. Turns out I didn't need it. Because the issue was that one of the RAM sticks in the PC was fucked. I had a look to see if there was any decent, like 32 gig of RAM in DDR4. There's nothing like that on Amazon at the moment. SCART to SCART. I would hope that if I get a VCR this weekend, that it might come with cables I need. If not, I'll just unclip the cable ties. Yeah, okay. This seems like a plan. Going through the cables and cable tying them up. We can organise which cable goes where. Other live streams are available. Feels a bit tight. Don't want to hurt the cables. That's fine. This one's got a rubber band around it. The rubber bands, over time, they sweat and go sort of all gloopy and nasty. But cable ties are forever. Maybe I can organize cables by type. Really need to sort this office out. I made really good progress on this office earlier this year. Way ahead of schedule. And then, as the months went on, I've done less and less work. And now, I essentially feel like I'm behind on progress with the office now. So this one, I taped shut with like black hamster tape. I'm going to switch over to cable ties. Pretty sure I got a shit ton of cable ties. If I run out, I know where I can buy like packs of 500. I'll just get a pack of 500 next time I'm in that neck of the woods. Yeah, HDMI cables. It used to be the case that I never had any. Back when I first got a PS5, because I was used to using component cables with the Xbox 360. This was before the Xbox 360 had built-in HDMI, before like Jasper or whatever that chipset was. I didn't really know what a HDMI port was, and I didn't know how it worked. I didn't have a HDMI cable. When I got my PS3, it came with component cables, no HDMI. So I had no idea what it was. And a friend at college said to me, because I explained, like, isn't it such a pain in the ass that you have to plug your PS5 in, your PS3 into like 7 ports on the back of your TV? 6 ports, but yeah. They said, well, you're going in on component. It's HDMI. Yeah, don't you have a HDMI port on your TV? I'm like, what's a HDMI? What's a HDMI? So I learned that day that the one cable I could go down the shop and buy for a £5 would connect in one port on the back of the console and one port on the back of the TV and give me a much cleaner image and much crisper sound and like the whitest whites and the blackest blacks. There I was, up until then playing PS3 and it was all smeared. The first time I played PS3 with a HDMI cable, my eyes practically fell out. Because the quality of the image was so much better. And then when the Xbox 360 did its renewed model with the HDMI port built in, like, I was blown away again. Because games looked so clear and so crisp. Never seen anything like it before. Okay, this is the upscaler that I was using for the initial Existential and Wii's. It's still an option for PS2. I inherited this Elgato HD60S from Matzo, with the sole purpose of it being to run like interlaced games. And it's great for that. Like, interlaced Wii games run perfectly fine with it. But it was also so I could stream PS2. And I haven't got around to doing the PS2 yet. I should, because we could do so much like PS Tedium. I have an unused Master System 2 laying around in a box. If you buy a little antenna, can you get it to work? So the Master System 2, yeah, that would have been RF. I don't know if there was a component adapter for the Master System. There might be now. Like, there might be one, you know, like a modern solution. I think most people would say buy a power-based converter and play Master System games on a Mega Drive instead. But there probably is an adapter for a... this thing is handy as fuck. So this is a SATA hard drive interface, presumably originally from a USB 3 external hard drive. So laptop drives, anything that doesn't require spinning up, that is more than enough power. And with it being plug and play, it talks to a PC right away. I was looking for that, and I had no idea where it went. Alright, we have a Euroscart to Mini. This is equipment for the FrameMeister. You want to see a Japanese Xbox 360 kettle lead. Presumably that is from my Japanese 360. I just used my UK power adapter in it. Yeah, so this is the Japanese brick. This is the... I have to use this brick with my Japanese Xbox. But I can use a UK kettle lead. But I have to use this brick. Otherwise the Japanese Xbox doesn't turn on. I got a Japanese Xbox 360 years ago for playing Japanese games. But nowadays, with a JTAG machine, you can just play your Japanese games off a hard drive. So the Master System had an antenna cable, yes. Yeah, so the classic Master System would have only have come with a RF antenna, RF standard TV cable. Like the kind that your TV antenna would have connected to your TV for terrestrial television. I'm sure that nowadays you can get some sort of third-party adapter that does the same job. Oh, Mad Catz classic Xbox controller. This one I bought so Garlips and I could play Jet Set Radio Future multiplayer and Halo multiplayer locally. Not got much use for it nowadays. I'm all about the redesigned Xbox controller, the slim one that quite closely resembles what the 360 controller eventually became. Even just taking these out and tying the cables up and putting them back. Ooh. This is a tripod. But like an articulated one. So you can bend it and put it weird places. It's quite a nice piece of kit. I forgot all about this. It's got a standard camera head. And the best thing about it is a little spirit level in the top. So you can get it perfectly straight before you start filming. It's handy. Got all about this. When I do more filming in the office, when I eventually bring back the whole like opinionated mate and I stand in front of a camera and I talk, that can be useful for setting up. Modular PC power cables for modular power supplies. There'll be a lot of PC stuff in here as well. USB, what, 2? I think that's a USB 2 extension lead. USB 2 or 2.1. I don't think this QuickShot controller even worked the last time I tried to use it. It's also PS1, so I'll tie it up in a bit more of a healthy fashion. Be a bit more reasonable with the cable. Should really go through everything and organize it so it's like all the Xbox stuff is with the Xbox, all the PS2 stuff is with the PS2, etc, etc, etc. But this is a non-stop job. And if I'm going to be turning it into live stream, then it's going to get done even slower. What have I got here? This is a PS1 SCART. PS1, PS2 SCART. This might also work with the PS3 because it has the same output adapter on the back of the console. Sony had its own multi-out that the PlayStation 1 used, the PS2 used, and that the PS3 used. But the component cables for the PS2 aren't the same as the component cables for the PS3, I think. You have to use specific component cables with like the old hop hogs and stuff. Couldn't use the official Sony ones. For some reason they didn't work. Not a clue why. Probably another attempt at like copy protection. Okay, so this is another USB like hard drive adapter. This one you'd be able to attach a SATA. Sorry, wrong camera. You'd be able to attach a SATA to this one, but it's USB 3. You would need to attach an IDE cable here if you wanted to connect an IDE drive. The power from this might be enough to spin up a full-size PC hard drive. Good for, well, if you're going through old computer bits, you want to know what's on a drive, you want to wipe a drive, or in my case, you want to go digging through old drives to see if you can find Ragsy music. Very, very convenient piece of equipment. These definitely worth making sure you keep an eye on that so it doesn't go missing. USB-A, USB-A, 3.0s. I can't imagine a device that would have needed a 3.0 USB-A. That's so unusual. Like maybe like a... No, I can't think of... I was going to say a power bank, but those tend to charge off like micro USB or mini USB. So I'm not sure what a USB-A to A 3.0 would do. Be used for maybe some like very specific piece of equipment. Maybe I'll find it as I dig through. Maybe I'll find the thing that's for. But I got a pile of cables building up here. I'm probably going to go straight back in this box by the time we get to the bottom. So that's another USB, I think that might be a 1.0. Trying to attach it in a loop So I don't have to worry about using it. Yeah. So it sort of stays wound up. Getting to the bottom, this thing is super cool. I think it's PS1 only, but it's a DDR dance mat for the fingers. More cleanup for tomorrow. Yeah, I'm going over Garlip's house to assist with Garlip's stuff. So there won't be much cleaning up happening in here tomorrow. Imagine I'll be very tired by the time I get home. So RCA. But the colours always throw me off for these. Because these are component colours, right? You'd have these and then you'd have a white and red for audio. Can't imagine what you need component without audio for. Like a projector, maybe? I know I've got a projector somewhere here. When I say I've got it, it's not mine. But it's here. There's a lot of that with this office. More to clean up for tomorrow. Maybe. There's definitely a lot that needs to be done before Thursday and a lot that needs to be done before Friday. Okay. Standard 3.5 stereo auxiliary cable. Very short though. I think this belonged to, I've got a loudspeaker somewhere here and I think it belonged to that. Like a cheapo Bluetooth speaker. Bluetooth mode. Auxiliary mode. Okay, this previously held a hard drive. Wanted to get at the hard drive so bad that I practically bent it. So hard drive itself, this was the one that was going to go in the gaming machine. But it's only a 60 gig, and the one that's in there is bigger. But this was originally in the gaming machine. Get all the hard drives in one place, so I don't lose them. Here I've got something. I mean, whatever was written on it is gone. Let's see if I can get that off. This plastic. I know something that'll take that off. Something that's been taken off paint that I didn't want off. And that is isopropanol. Yeah, isopropanol's taken that off. I think this might have been the power for maybe another HD upscaler that I might have had. I think. Nice. That's all gone from the top. So with that was a USB cable that was plugged into it. Not this one. Right here. Location unknown. This presents a problem. Yeah, no idea where that cable went. Okay, I'm freaking out. Huawei. Oh, this was originally a plug for a Huawei capture card, in which case these are a very specific... What's in the yellow box behind you? That one. This is the Cha-Cha Amigo set. This is an unofficial... Samba de Amigo set for the Dreamcast. Because you try finding an official one now. Practically impossible. Yeah. Connects via the Dreamcast controller port. And then they connect via a sort of like a... some sort of sensor connector to a box. And then when you shake them, they register with the correct movements. Yeah, this is the set for playing Samba de Amigo on the Dreamcast. I was going to do a Samba de Amigo Dreamcast stream, and I never did. And I know I've upset a lot of people after promising that. I never did get around to it. Shame that. It will happen eventually. That's where the Wii gun ended up. Is this the Wii gun I was using? It's a different Wii gun. This must have been the Wii gun I was using. How did it end up in here? Wii, remote, nunchuck, gamepad, virtual console controller. Yeah, it's isn't it? Weird. Even with the Wii stuff, it goes. Right. This is... oh. A USB Sega Mega Drive controller. Specifically for the Sega Mega Drive Mini. That can go back in the protected pouch. Now this is the story all about how my life got turned upside down. I'd like to take a minute, just sit right there and tell you Escape Route never announces his office streams. Maybe there's a reason for that. Euroscart to Mini C-Sync, another adapter for the FrameMeister. Right, I'm pretty much through all the cables at this point. I'm not seeing any sign of Ayame's hand in the bottom of this. I think her hand is gone. Ayame will forever be a paraplegic. This is, oh, this is a LG photo printer. Don't think I've ever printed anything with it. Really needs some care. Really needs a solid, good clean. Oh, there's some paper in there. There's some photo paper in there. Don't know if there's like a sell-by date on that stuff. Yeah, it's really stuck. I'm gonna have to give a clean. It's a clean. Do that now. Do that now. There's nothing stopping us. I'm getting the gunk off the grooves where it connects. Yeah, it really is nasty. I would hazard a guess that this is where I've had rubber bands tied around stuff, and the rubber bands have melted. It's got to go somewhere. Because this was at the bottom of the box. And that's as good a theory as any. You're right, I should announce the office streams. The thing that's handy about it is I can just click go, you know. It's not like I have to plan things ahead of time. Yeah, you're right, I should probably either set up a bot that recognizes when I'm live and sends out a warning, or I should remember to announce it. You're quite right. I need to get the toothbrush. Toothbrush. You're a fishy. Toothbrush. Don't have a toothbrush for cleaning electronics. You're doing yourself a disservice. Yourself some soft toothbrushes. That's an order. Let's see how this comes up. Right, that comes out on a plastic tab. Right, and that's your USB charge. Where did you get that amazing t-shirt? Oh, thanks. It was a Yeti some time back, so it was only available for a day. However, if you look it up, you might be able to find like the original artist selling it on like another independent t-shirt site or something. Honestly, I just threw it on. Full disclosure, it's what I was wearing yesterday. Today's been such a non-day. Haven't needed to go anywhere other than down the shops when I first woke up. I'm sure we all have days like that. Spent most of today playing Fortnite and answering a few job emails and phone calls. I'm glad some progress has happened on that front today because I wasn't setting out to make progress on the job search today. I was planning to have a day off. Yeah, the artist did a few other designs and I looked at them and they're nice, but they're also much the same idea. They're like woodland animals with grenades or whatever. So I didn't buy the other designs when they showed up. I just thought it was sort of cute in a weird way, this shirt. Oh, I'm lost in the woods. Oh, these animals, they look really friendly and they're coming to check if I'm alright. And then you see this deer come out and it's holding a rocket launcher and you're like, oh, fuck. Well, yeah, I wore this with an overshirt to the job interview yesterday. When I got out of bed, I just chucked whatever was lying around on, so I didn't really care. Didn't have to go anywhere. I know. Not not the best, but like I said, don't really care all that much. Today wasn't about getting much done. It's about clearing my head. As it turns out, things continue to machinate behind the scenes. Even if you're not actively job searching on a day, job search sometimes continues to stay active around you. So stuff still got achieved. No rootin' tootin'. Fart cloud. Oh my god. Howdy fart now. Cringe. That's about as nice looking as that's gonna get. Door opens. First time now. USB comes up. Nice. Okay. Maybe we could set this up, do like a print from it or something. I think it's Bluetooth. Bluetooth and USB. Fuck. Wow. It's been a long time since that's happened. A kitten's about to burn down a church. Now that's cute. Kittens would totally do that. This was the lapel mic that I bought from Temu. Not a great quality. It might do in a pinch. Bought it for Existential on Wii and it was fucking garbage. Turn that up. Everything will probably go back in this tote, just tied up. That's the PS5 stand. God awful thing. Hate it. Can't figure it out. No idea how it works. Don't use it. And in here I've got some Taiko no Tatsujin. So this, basically to give you a visual, goes together like this. And then the drum attaches on these, and you've got a stand. Why does YouTube get up nightly uploads? To throw Nintendo ninjas off the tail. I don't know. Well, okay, Draven. You know a thing or two about computers. I'm going to ask you what one of these is. I'm going to see if I have the right idea. From what I understand, when you're working on really old computers and there's a danger of you static shocking stuff on the motherboard, this strap is designed to stop that somehow. Yeah. So I think you tap this on the motherboard and then it discharges your static or something. Like, I never really understood how it worked. And I've never had to use it because I don't think I've ever destroyed anything from static shocking it. But yeah, I never had to use it. I mean, most modern computers, they don't give a shit. Oh, some leftover DC fix. Is this the one I applied on the window? Yeah. It's the one I applied on the office window. This is clear film that's designed to let light through but not let people look inside a room. I guess I held on to it because, a tiny bit of this film might be useful. I don't know. Bit of a hoarder. Don't need those anymore. I don't use the case that those are from. Screwdrivers are always useful. I've got another Tyco. This one I think is the PS2. I think this one's for the PS2 drum. This one's nowhere near as sturdy as the Wii one. I think this one might be third party. Yeah, this one's for the PS2 drum, I think. Got a PS2 drum, got a Wii drum, got a Switch drum, got a PS4 drum. I think I got 4 drums. It's the one from the... Oh, this might be the one from the PS4 drum. But yeah, whenever I play with this, like, bash the drum twice, out it comes. Like, really not sturdy at all. That's for the monitor that I don't use at the moment. Right. All the cables can go back in then. Basically, it's a static charge moved directly through your body to the ground instead of possibly arching out on the board and doing something. Fair enough, yeah. Didn't really understand how it worked, but knew that it was to protect stuff within the computer from getting damaged. All the cables, now that they've all been tied up, can go back in here, and at least I know this is all cables and adapters, so when I'm looking for something, I've got a good idea this is where it would be. At some point I'll take proper inventory, but I just can't be fucked. I'm sure I come across as somewhat deflated today. I am. But we've gone through the figurines. They're now in a box. And we've gone through the cables. So let me... I do wonder about Thursday. Got a job interview for a role that was. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure how my skills transfer to it altogether, but the employer must think there's something there in order to offer me an interview. It'd be interesting. Oh, you must have gone to Theme Hospital and gotten bloaty head deflated. Wow, I had to come see this. What happened? What's up? Maybe this will be the best interview. I'm hoping so. It's for a role doing customer service for essentially like a student housing accommodation and business retail area. It's fastly growing, that part of town, and there's an Asian supermarket there, there's a cinema there, there's a place that sells beer, like artisan beer. Be nice if it became something, that role. It's definitely somewhere I would enjoy working. Yeah, I had to talk to people without telling them to go fuck themselves. Onwards and upwards, yeah, doing my best. Pull through. Right. So the Ayame's hand wasn't in there. So I am going to consider Ayame's hand lost. Which is crushing. What you gonna do? Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? What have I got in here? Oh, this is a bag of bags. Got a bag of bags here. Like, straight up, a bag of bags. That felt a bit heavy for a bag of bags. What's in the bottom of this? Fact 2. How did Fact 2 end up in there? An empty Lipo V10 D. I got excited then for a second. I thought that was a new Lipo V10 D. Oh boy, it's a lucky dip. I wonder what we're going to find. Hello guys, so I'm back with a nugget tip. Oh, we're going to have a nugget tip. There's nothing left in there. Right. You know, I think bag of bags is like a universal thing. Yeah, a bag of bags. So when you're going out to a charity shop, you can leave them at home by accident, and then you have to buy another bag when you're out. These were hygiene wipes from work. They were left in the cleaning cupboard. Nobody wanted them. Right, I've got some cables and stuff in here to go through. They can go in this. Oh, look, what have I got here? What is this? DVR. Oh, that's not mine. That's a cable for security cameras and things. It's not mine. Okay. This looks like an adapter for a laptop. This is a Elshin International. Oh no, I know what this is. This is the power cable for the Mikomi monitor. The remote for which is in here. So that's all right. I know what this is. Be careful. May become hot. For indoor and dry location use only. Risk of electric shock. Shock hazard do not open. Keep all power adapters away from any other heat source. Oh no, I'm running warm. Yeah, this is a monitor power adapter. These warnings are always so, like, exaggerated, aren't they? It's like, do not use on planet Earth. And then the other end. The standard kettle lead. Might as well keep it all together. Even though I'm swimming in kettle leads and I could easily dish one out, I might as well keep it with the other end. Yeah, I mean, these things are designed to take some punishment. They just don't want to get sued if something goes wrong. Which is understandable. Right, okay. Adapter can go in there just nice. Next we've got... Oh, this is a little exotic. This is... HDMI to DVI. Very exotic. Of course, you'd lose any sound if you use this cable. If you're outputting HDMI with audio, you would lose it. I think this was my monitor solution at one point, was that I was using DVI. DVI, digital video interface. How'd I do? I think that's right. Digital video interface. It's another video adapter, like HDMI, like component, like a good old-fashioned VGA. DVI was more commonly used sort of like in the mid to late 2000s in like really high-end setups. Like graphics cards at the time, like used DVI. Once HDMI became the main connector, DVI sort of disappeared. And now there's a similar thing, like a display port. Now there's like another adapter, because Garlips's monitors connect on like some other adapter I'd never seen until I was helping Garlips set his PC back up. An adapter I'd never seen in my life. Doesn't look too bad, does it? The green has gone very dark. Got a standard Wii or E adapter. Let's cable tie this up. Because now I'm using the Wii U for its interlaced game support. Kind of don't need this setup now. DisplayPort over USB-C. Yeah, I mean, I was shocked to find out that you could do Ethernet over mains. Like, there's a lot of these things that just sound like unrealistic to me until I see them. Video over Ethernet. Ethernet over mains. Communication over mains. A plug in either part of the house and you hold down a button and you communicate. Like, this stuff is fucking weird to me. And apparently this technology's been around for 3 decades. It's wild to me. Some things that just don't make any sense. At all. When I heard that, you know, people were getting their internet over RF cables in, I want to say Brighton? Like, blows my mind. Nintendo Wii came out on this day 17 years ago. You fucker. Yeah, it's this is the one we bought way back in the day. Like I've had to like tape it back together. This was the one we initially used at the start of Existential on Wii. Oh, USB-D. Not sure I've got anything that uses a D now. It's incredibly old-fashioned. Oh, I just found something PC that we can do for shovelware. Assuming it works on a 64-bit machine running Windows 10. Probably not. The Wii is going to get nostalgic for people soon. Price of the games are going to shoot up. That's what I keep telling myself to justify the amount of Wii games I own. Got $60 for it. That's not too bad. Oh. The extension lead. That's probably enough. That box is practically exploding now. I'm going to go ahead and try and get the lid on it. That's all cables and stuff. Leave it there for the time being. It's covering the bottom shelves of Wii games, but even if I leave it like that for a while, still got access to something like 200 just on the shelves that are available. Right. Huh. Isn't he coming to Fortnite soon? Right. Hornby Virtual Railway. Bugs Life demo. And not even the full game. Released a demo in a jewel case. I think I've got the full game somewhere. Boneless. God. So much crap. So much absolute crap. Hey, Tack. I'm going to have to rethink a lot of this office organization. I can't just keep putting things where they'll fit. A lot of this needs to change. Hi. Another box. Guitar Hero 5. Can go with the 360 game. Red, white, and blue Sour Patch Kids. Huh. Sugar, invert sugar, corn syrup, modified cornstarch. Filled height after settling. So in other words, slack fill. America, fuck yeah, Sour Patch Kids. Yeah, I bought them about 4 months ago. The fire in your heart is burning. I bought this like 2 years ago and it finally got produced and dispatched like 3 months ago. This is the Nintendo Switch limited edition. Since bought it on Xbox digitally. No. No. Justin Fletcher, the best of friends. The best of friends forever. Justin Fletcher. AKA Mr. Tumble. I should rip this. I'm gonna rip it. Hopog. Now that this second one is empty, that used to have the figurines in it. Fuck it, Hopog. Glass cat. Feels like it was custom made. Probably something that belonged to my parents. Yeah. There's a few like family photos and things in here. It's another Hopog. Hold on. Why do I keep these around when they're dead? I guess because for a little while they start working again. You definitely should rip that. Console, alphabet them, number for your games. Like organizing games, yeah. That's the ultimate plan. Getting everything off the floor so I can do a proper shower gel? This must have been from a supermarket visit, and I came up here and just plopped everything down. Guitar Hero guitar strap. Daytel. Technology. Yeah, okay. Might be handy. And a couple of cables I might be able to get in that other box. Is a Hopog adapter. Okay. Oh, put it there. This is a figure 8. Why do you have oil there? You mean like shower gel? Because that's where it would have landed. Supermarket trip, probably bought a bag of stuff up here. And that's where it landed, presumably. Figure 8 cable. Got a pat testing label on it. Thought it was oil. Do you do anything special with your electronics, or can you just toss them in your regular bin? There is waste electrical equipment something. WEEE. WEEE. There is a standard. If you throw your electrical equipment in the regular rubbish and they find out, you will be fined. No, the equipment has to be disposed of in a proper way. Like, pay a professional to come collect it, or book a trip to the dump and put the electrical equipment in the smaller, large appliances skips. Right. I'm gonna move the photos, family member photos, away from prying eyes. Anything that's got a person's name on it, letters, that sort of thing. Will also be. So a lot of this stuff is still my parents' stuff from when this was the office, aka the room where everything just got fucking dumped in boxes, and left for years until they said, "Oh, you can have the office." Oh, okay. So over the past year, the office has taken on. This notice, this room has audio and visual recording at all times. Wilco. At the back, I've got a 24-hour security and operation poster down here, and we're recruiting. We would love you to come join our team as a customer service assistant, Team Wilco. Thought it would be funny to have the recruiting poster. We found that when we were tidying the shop up, ready to close, and it gave me a chuckle, so I took it home and put it up in the office, along with the security notice. I've got somewhere over there on the bookcase rolled up maps of the first and second floor of Wilco, and I want to get them framed. I actually want to get them framed. I think it would be quite a fun thing to talk about. That's bits from my dad's old business. DJ. Sounds in wave format. Ooh. Some people collect stuff, so remember to check if someone is willing to buy it if you're throwing some things out. Yeah, I don't think people will get use out of, like, broken hop hogs or that sort of thing. But, yeah, I wouldn't chuck out anything that I wouldn't consider absolute grade A junk. Anything that has even remotely any value, I will hold on to, because I am a hoarder. That's my most egregious sin. I better not lose this. I might need this. And soon. I want to put more storage in the Office PC. This is a straightforward SATA data cable. Better not lose that. Right. What have we got left in here? Oh, happy Halloween. I got some Halloween candy sticks. Just found at the bottom of the box. Sure they're healthy. Let's have them. Yeah. Alright, here's sugar. From Halloween 1998. No, I bought them this year. Alright, just sugar. Don't eat old candy. It's alright. It's from this year. It's fine. Post-it notes. This is a big box of stickers for stickering things like consoles. Same stuff I used for the Slim PS2 and the Wii. Got tons of these stickers. Because they worked out so much cheaper off Temu than anywhere else. I do the PC case eventually. Yeah. I do the PC case eventually. Is your family religious? Yeah. The Lord's Prayer. Embossed metal on a wooden backing. Very fancy. This I picked up as a gift for my parents for 50p as a kid. And for the longest time it was hanging up here in the office. I came in one day after a particularly sobering moment of post-nut clarity and realized that the Lord could not save me, and I took it down. Right. This is a kneeling pad when you're doing DIY and stuff. Right, at the bottom of this box, we've got a lid for a plastic box that's inside that tote. Green permanent marker, and a whole bunch of Q-tips that fell out of the big box of Q-tips. Those will be no good to use as Q-tips now because they're dirty. Emptying the bag from the bin. Gonna get those in there, tie that up. And that's one more thing that's been weighing on my mind, is that bin. And the box is empty, so I can do something about the box. The box is almost empty. Family Bible. That's so cool. We don't have anything passed down through the family other than, you know, existential dread. Everybody gets a copy of that, whether they like it or not. Okay, cool. I've got a big empty box. I might sleep in it. No. Keep it to one side. Might have some use for it. I think one of the several lids I've got here on the side will fit this. Possibly this one. No. No. No? No. Yes. Okay. Okay, we got the lid. So, that's kind of useful. What should we use this for? VHS tapes, Wii games, Wii Gates. Wii Gates has seen it? Ah, say good, Doctor. How are things? Very good. Put it to one side. Next up, got another box of mainly computer bits. Most of this doesn't belong to me. Most of this is my dad's old stuff. Hard drives. I was going through this stuff, deciding how much storage I wanted to put into the Office PC. And yeah, this is the one that I will be putting into the Office machine. This is a terabyte. But the rest are all like small drives that came out of Lenovo laptops, 160 gig, 250 gig. These are old hard drives that came out of my PC. Ah, even better. 4 terabyte. Right, that'll be the one. But these I've already gone through with Recover. I'm afraid to report no Ragsy music. Sorry about that. There's either one or two. Two like Lenovo ThinkPads. Coolest. Projector. Now, quite a few games I wish the rights would go into the public domain so a good dev could remake more of. One of them is Bully. Yes, it was called Canis Canem Edit over here. Basically, the UK press at the time still is. They were concerned about the incredibly high level of bullying in UK schools. I was a teenager at the time. I can confirm it was terribly bad and it's fucked up my entire life and my personal wealth and value and made me like very skittish and very uncomfortable around people for a very long time. Anyway, that's not the point. The point is, they were very concerned about, oh, the name of the game is bully. It's going to teach children to bully. Bullying's bad enough as it is. You know, bullying's terrible. So they wrote this scathing fucking like review of the American copy of the game in, I think it was the Daily Fail. They wrote this like really scathing review of Bully, saying this game is gonna teach children to be bullies. It's not even a good game. It's terrible. It's bad, and you're not going to enjoy it. And don't ever buy it. Right? Rockstar releases it over here as Canis Canem Edit. Same newspaper. 9 out of 10 rating. This is one of the best games we've ever. Fucking hell! Yeah. UK Press for you. UK Press. Makes no sense. I think it was the Daily Mail. It sounds funny in my head when I say it was the Daily Mail. Yeah, newspapers were just. They don't even try. They don't even try. They don't need to. They know people will read them and follow what's in them and believe them hook, line, and sinker as if they're the whole truth. People will be blindly, they will blindly follow what the newspaper says. I think I'm with my whole conspiracy angle, Rupert Murdoch and his media machine controlling the UK. I mean, yeah. Everybody who's looked into it already knows that. It's not a conspiracy theory. Sorry, where was I? Yeah, mainstream press. I'm sure that there are good people in all of these organizations, but whenever the mainstream press tells me not to like something, I'm automatically predisposed to like it. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a little bit of like reverse psychology going on. That they want certain groups of people to like certain things based on who approves of them. Yo, a copy of Schindler's List, right, on VHS. It's got the old HMV. $5.99 or 3 for 15 sticker. That's so cool. Back when HMV used to sell VHS. I'm getting distracted in here now. I get distracted by my own things. The PS Portal got more score, even though it can't natively play games and it requires a PS5. Yeah, that makes perfect sense. The PS Portal needs a PS5 to run Spider-Man. The Steam Deck can run Spider-Man. Whatever. Nuts. Oh dear. Like I said, I'm sure the PS Portal has an audience. It's called people who are already massive Sony fans who must own everything Sony. In the same way as like massive Apple fans that must own everything Apple, Matzo. The point I'm making is I'm not a fan of it, so naturally I'm going to be, disappointed in, people being excited for it. But I'm predisposed to that. So, I say, and people enjoy their PS Portal, that's great. I don't mind. Let them have their fun. Yeah. So I've seen like attachments for a phone, and you can then stream your PlayStation 4 to your phone, and it's exactly the same concept. And those pro handheld docks for the Switch now, the Switch slides in and gives you controllers on either end, and it's like a really handy thing, like a Steam Deck. Really tempted to pick one of those up. They look really nice. Just slide a regular Switch in. Should we put on? Yeah, let's. Is it in here? Oh, let's see if maybe I can find that. Be. Pile still needs working through. Give me a second. It's a blowtorch. Ah, you want to rifle through my stuff, remember. This room has audio and visual recordings at all times. Right. Here I have some incense cones. They're all sort of gummy and oiled up, which is why they were dirt cheap. They still burn. He thought I was going to smoke a cigarette. Now watch this. For fuck's sake, sit back up there. So cool. Little fucking blowtorch lighter. Put on some incense to help us work. Watch out! I'm not going to burn my sword. I can see you, Jacob. It's a shame I only have the gun and not the adapter that requires it to work. This is a Cabela Big Hunts gun for the PS3, but I don't have the necessary adapter for it. Picked it up as a prop years ago. It's just been sitting around. As much as I like that smell, I will have to also open a window. Let the air cycle through. Okay. So VHSs. Took my brother's Nerf gun and pointed it at my eye. Ooh! Ouch. Rugrats, Dr. Tommy Pickles. Hiccups, Autumn Leaves, Potty Training Spike, Chicken Pops, Grandpa's Bad Bug. It's, yeah. Okay. Go ahead and pick your car and driver. Big box. VHS. Thomas the Tank Engine and Friends Spooks and Surprises. Has 9 stories on it. Pull out your video sleeve to find lots of exciting Thomas the Tank Engine Friends information on the reverse. The Fat Controller's Office. My dear friends, when I heard the news that you wanted more stories about Thomas and all my engines, I could not believe my ears. It is most gratifying that our adventures here on the island of Sodor, provide so much entertainment for you all. Sir Topham Hatt. I have a Thomas the Tank Engine tape here with no sleeve. This is Thomas the Tank Engine and Friends Story and Song Collection. Oh, this is probably the one with that song that Cooper made me play once and I got Content ID claims. I think it's the right way. Cadfael. Sir Derek Jacobi as Cadfael. Oh boy. I hope you like dick. I hope you like getting dick twice. Free Willy 2. Free Cuddly Whale when you buy this video! See inside pack for details. While stocks last, 50p to cover postage. Offer closes 31st of July. Offer closes 31st of July 1996. Oh. But I want my cuddling toy. Okay, what do we got here? Dennis, Calamity Jane, Neverending Story. Neverending Story's good. Secret Garden. Secret Garden's okay. Free Willy. 1001 Rabbit Tales. Rover Dangerfield. Yeah, that's a good film. Neverending Story 2. Not advertising the Neverending Story 3, starring Jack Black. Hey, Vlad. We've gone through the remaining figurines. We've tidied up and gone through some cables. We've tidied up some... You're either born with one or you're either born with one or you're not. Oh, really nasty. I'm a bit blocked up. Every now and then, it comes out of my nose and through my mouth. You didn't want to know? But now you do. Disney's Jungle Cubs, born to be wild. They're wild, they're funny, and they're back! Your favourite characters from Disney's beloved classic, The Jungle Book, return for a comical look at their vine-swinging adventures as Jungle Cubs. Featuring a hip new rendition of the bare necessities, as well as an original song, Disney's Jungle Cubs will make your whole family howl with delight. I've been picking up a lot of VHS recently. VHS has been showing up in charity shops again. I have no idea why. Maybe because I have started collecting it. It started showing up again. Or main character syndrome, or check out Mr. Solipsism here. But at the same time, it is kind of oddly amusing that a lot of VHS has started showing up. Send off for your own cuddly babe! Oh, I love babes. Babe. So this is the story of an unprejudiced heart and how it changed our valley forever. So begins Babe, a movie with a barnyard full of unforgettable characters. Is that Jungle movie gonna fuck my family? No, but the Hey Arnold Jungle movie might fuck your entire family. It just goes that hard. Disney's Hercules. The Lion, the Bitch, and the Wardrobe. BBC Classics. This is the live-action TV Narnia. So good. This is definitely a reaction at some point. A reaction content. Rudolph, the Red-Nosed Reindeer, the movie. Need to get myself hooked up with a VHS in time for Christmas so we can watch Rudolph. More VHS up there. No, but there's VHS over here. Tell me more about the VHS over here. Well, I'm glad you asked. The Letterland Story. Voiced by Josie Lawrence. Letterland comes to life. Hundreds of thousands of children in thousands of schools across the UK are learning to read and write with Letterland. Yeah, this is creepypasta. The Lion, the Witch, and the audacity of this bitch. We've got some more Thomas and Friends here. Thomas and Friends, The Fogman, and Other Stories. The Fogman, No Sleep for Cranky, Salty's Secret, Harvey to the Rescue, A Bad Day for Harold the Helicopter, Elizabeth and the Vintage Lorry, Twin Trouble, Gordon Takes a Tumble, and the song Winter Wonderland. This is Nick Jr. Thomas and Friends, though, so that might be they're 2, they're 4, they're 6, they're 8. Might be the newer one. Fireman Sam, Spot of Bother. 6 brilliant episodes. Dilly's Forgetful Day. Spot of Bother, Telly Trouble, Lost Ring, Norman's Pitfall, Lost Cat. This was a stop-motion animated children's television program. I don't know if it was very popular outside of Britain, but it's a classic piece of British children's television. A lot of my VHS is either British television or it's raunchy adult stand-up. The Duality of Man. 2-on-1. Fireman Sam. I would love to read the back of the case for you, but there's half of the back of the case. So, N Fireman Sam 2 Lost Cat. EOS U-Tape. Vorit Hero is Eon Pact. Oz Training. At Telly Trouble. Unfire. EOS. Fireman Sam the On. Channel 4 Wales. Oh, you had Fireman Sam and Postman Pat. Fair enough. The two goats. Disney's Winnie the Pooh, Bubbles and Troubles. This is probably the one with the... No, it's not Blustery Day. Blustery Day used to scare the shit out of me as a child. My parents would put it on despite my protests. Winnie the Pooh's nice. It's friendly, and there's nothing in the tape. It can't hurt you. It's all it's fiction. It's not real. Pink elephants can't hurt you. Yes, they fucking can. Any more VHS around here? Right. The VHS off here. Saving Ryan's Privates. Oh, sorry, Saving Private Ryan. I would love to have Saving Ryan's Privates. But, adult VHS is still hard to find. Fishing on Your Doorstep. Keith Arthur and Lee Deeks. In the rural surroundings of the Grand Union Canal, close to bustling Milton Keynes, which is famously built on a bunch of fucking swampland on stilts, Milton Keynes, Lee puts the skills taught to him by Keith Arthur into practice against the many roach, perch, and bream that inhabit this easily accessible waterway. We take a look at the catch and go through the lessons Lee has been taught to help him on his way to becoming a competent angler. But it could be full of porn, because it says here it is exempt from BBFC classification. We had a lot of weird children's programs, to be honest. There was one about a detective dog thing. I might have seen a children's television show about a detective dog, but I might also be confusing it with the children's book Donkeys Don't Just Die, which was a book about a detective dog. I might be smooshing memories together. Fairy Tale, a true story. I'll be the judge of that. Fairy Tale, a true story, begins in the midst of World War I. Laurel and Hardy! Yep. I don't know if I own some shit. Schindler's List, which we saw earlier. Titanic! Dog City. Name does not ring a bell. Apologies. Name does not ring a bell, however. I might know it if I see it. Nothing on earth can rival the epic spectacle of breathtaking grandeur of Titanic. Is that the 2 VHS edition? No, I'm afraid not. This is the 1 VHS edition. I expect the 2 VHS edition will be rare. I do have a 2 VHS edition of something. One moment, please. Your call is very important to us. Hi. Forgot about this. Acura. Phenomenal. An instant cult classic. Prepare to enter this astonishing nightmare of hyperreality created by one of the world's leading animation directors, Otomo Katsuhiro. 2019, Neo Tokyo is about to explode. Old gods return to do battle with Akira, and something more than comic book ultra-violence is unleashed. This special collector's edition contains 2 full-length videos. 1, the original feature film in CinemaScope with subtitles. 2, the fascinating production report on the making of Akira, featuring interviews with director Otomo Katsuhiro and character profiles. Ho, 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 ho. 2 VHS Akira. And, would you like to hazard a guess how much I spent on this? £1. From British Red Cross charity shop. £1. Right. These fell over. I have, without a bottom, unfortunately, Rugrats video collection. This is Tommy Troubles, Chucky the Brave, Double Trouble. Ba ba bum 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 bum. A £1 for Akira may be disrespectful. It's also a price I'm very happy to pay. Now, somewhere, I'm not sure where, I recently picked up Rambo 1, 2, and 3 in a box set on VHS. Here it is. If it had teeth, it would have bit my ass off. Rambo, First Blood Part 2, and Rambo 3. This was £1.50 out of the charity shop as well. Very nice box set. Tasty. Nice. Nice. Kurosawa's Hidden Fortress. Pokemon the first movie. This is the tape that killed my VCR. Don't worry, I ripped the whole thing. This is a Chinese video about a Japanese car from an English... It's an English, like, PAL? It is a PAL format tape from a Chinese magazine talking about a Japanese car. And it killed my VCR. Because every other tape I watched after this looked dirty. And then my VCR stopped pinching the tape and putting it against the drum. And I'm saying China's responsible. Jackie Chan, To Kill with Intrigue. That would have been a boot fair acquisition. So would have The True Game of Death. The story and circumstances behind the tragic death of Bruce Lee. Major studios struggle to obtain his services, and the big boss intends to smash Bruce's production company. So what's that got to do with the first sentence? A plot to drug Bruce backfires when he dies from the deadly aphrodisiac. A double is recruited to complete Bruce's plan, but the imposter is unmasked by Bruce's girlfriend. However, the spirit of the real Bruce Lee has taken over the body of his double, and the new Bruce Lee kills the big boss. This feels like it's exploiting Bruce Lee's death. Maybe a little, yeah. Scandal. Oh no, no, I'm live on the internet. I should be a masterpiece, one of the best films in years. A massive hammer blow against sexual hypocrisy. One of the finest British productions of the decade. Joanne Worley's portrayal is simply the most riveting screen performance given by anyone in an age. A beautiful, heartbreaking film. Scandal shows that it is possible for a British film to match the magic potency of Hollywood. BBFC rating 18. This film will have an adult theme. It may have some strong scenes of sex or violence or bad language. You had me at this film. Digimon the movie, unfortunately without like the poster and the exclusive CD-ROM. I've ripped this. I've ripped this as well. Pokemon Mewtwo Returns, which is the interquill between Pokemon the Movie 1 and Pokemon the Movie 2. I've ripped this. Dragon Ball Z the movie. Really, it's the fake Super Saiyan film. And it's the dub with Big Green instead of Piccolo. Cardcaptor Sakura the movie on VHS. Factory sealed with the collectible sticker. Oh, in you go. You are of a different breed. Brushstrokes with Sandy Obuchon. And a VHS cleaning cassette. This isn't even all of the VHS I've got. I'm not trying to, like... This live stream isn't designed to brag about what I have, because it really isn't. I have way too much stuff. There's 3 drawers of a unit there, and they're all full of VHS tapes. And I'm continuing to collect. But at least they're in a plastic box now. Some of them. So what I would like to do is maybe get some of the tapes that are in the unit out and into here. Lid for the box. Let's move everything that's in the way of the unit. So the hard drive I'm going to be putting in the office computer with the 4 terabytes of storage. My electric screwdriver box is going in there, and I will remember it's going in there. Got a Silent Hill comic that I picked up for £2 out of a charity shop. Just get rid of the £2 sticker. Very nice. Right, I can go back up there. Oh, another VHS cleaning cassette. I didn't tell you guys about the story, did I? That was in a charity shop recently, right? Had a bunch of VHS in there. That was where I got, like, Cadfell. In the VHS sector, you're competing with Pete Davidson. Pete Davidson. Pete Davidson. The stand-up comedian. Yeah? Oh, sorry. I'm thinking of Jim Davidson. The unedited Jim Davidson. This is when we get into the bad stuff that I have on VHS. Freddie Starr. Contains some language. Contains language some people may find offensive. Yeah. Frankie Dettori's Magnificent Seven. The Real McCoy, Story of the Champion Jockey. The Lake District. Now I'm hoping that some of this, somebody's just recorded like some, like DP, some double penetration, and they just like recorded it over the Lake District, so when I like when I go to watch it, I get a pleasant surprise. No. Oh, I don't know, the very best of some mothers to have 'em. Oh, I'm sorry. I'd sound like that on this television programme. The whole joke is that the main character sounds like this the whole time. Honestly, a good bit of British television, though. They still make me laugh. Young Guns. Successful Slimming. Hypnotherapy at Home. Don't work. Mike Reed's Pussy in Boots. His 1994 uncensored live adult show. I told you, the stuff that's in this unit, I bought it in bulk at a boot fair. A tenner for like 40 tapes. And the box that they were in. I'd have paid tenner for just the box. Jim Davidson. Something old, something new. Something borrowed. Something... Exclamation mark. Asterisk, 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 asterisk. Joe Longthorne, A Man and His Music. Do I have any late 2000 Disney stuff? I'm afraid I do not. Joe Longthorne, live in concert. Another tape from the same guy, and I've never fucking heard of him. Freddie Starr, Live and Dangerous. Very, very rude. Probably. Is that 3 times in one live stream? VHS Jenga. That's a very good idea. We probably could. We probably have enough tapes. Jimmy Jones. As It Happened. An audience with the governor. The very best of Joe Longthorne. Again, I have no idea who this guy is. I have 3 of his tapes. El Cid. The greatest romance adventure in 1,000 years. Cock-ups and boobs with Jimmy Jones. Cock-ups and boobs. I raise you Betamax Hungry Hungry Hippos. How would that even work? Heathcliff. Okay. This was the tape that, along with the box, made me buy box of tapes. Bronson, Death Wish 4, The Crackdown. This time it's war. Yeah. Replacement video. This video has lost its original sleeve, only to be given one more original. And it says Barry Manilow, The Best of Me. Oh, it is Barry Manilow, The Best of Me. Copycat. Sigourney Weaver? Oh, this is probably good. Sigourney Weaver, Alien. The Piano, Holly Hunter. Two of the world's most talented stars team up in a classic suspense thriller about a nail-biting race against time. This sounds good. Oh. Boobs in the Wood. Jim Davidson. Desert Orchid, the video. Desert Orchid is a legend in his lifetime. Despite Desi is the bravest, gamest, and most talented steeplechaser of the decade. The Flying Grey's dashing looks and extravagant leaps have made him the people's champion of racing. Don't worry, I'm not drunk. Desert Orchid, the video, is a tribute to this magnificent racehorse. The video contains virtually every race Desert Orchid has run in and is narrated by top TV presenter and 7-time champion NH jockey John Frankham. See how Desert Orchid progressed from the early days to those amazing big race triumphs and find out why he won the heart of a nation. It's all in Desert Orchid, the video. It's 90 minutes of non-stop action-packed history that no true racing fan should be without. And 10% of profits go to charity. I didn't know that. Ah. Desert Orchid, the video of history. Narrated by John Frankham. More like Frankham. Sploink. Yeah, even if I can get this bottom shelf of tapes in here, that will be a plus. The World's Greatest Stunts, tribute to the greatest Hollywood stuntsman. Looks like it's all clips from, like, old Hollywood movies. This is also a very good film. Scum. Waterloo. Orson Welles as Louis the 18th. X10 V5 678 18th. I'm here all week, folks. Unfortunately, nowhere else to be. Crash, Crash, Crash features up-close action from dirt track midgets and sprint cars. You can't say that anymore. Yeah, good old-fashioned practical stunts. They don't do them like that anymore. Cinderella with an S. Jim Davidson. What a wonderful fish, our souls. What a beautiful fish, our souls. No finer fish ever seen on a dish, our souls. Our souls. If you're there all week, when and where do you sleep in the other room? Freddie Starr, the legend is back. The world's wildest daredevils. In boxes and boxes of VHS tapes. More VHS tapes than I've had hot dinners, ladies and gentlemen. And audience, we Ken Dodd, it's me, Ken Dodd. And I'm here with James Fox, Warren Mitchell, Hannah Gordon Kay, and Molly Sugden. My diddy friend Dickie Mint is here with me too. It's fun for all the family, with Britain's best loved laughter maker, that's me. And this video guarantees you'll be tickled. I have no idea what he sounds like. Probably not like that. Frankie, someone really loved this videotape very much. Dettori. Bernard Manning. McVicker. Adam Faith. Much, much more than a first-rate British thriller, full of power and suspense. Brutish and grimly realistic, combines pace with excitement. Grippingly directed, harrowing believability, a thrill in sight and sound. An audience with Ken Dodd, how swanky. So now I have a bottom drawer free on this unit again. Got a couple more nice things here. We'll fill the box up and then we'll have to leave what's in the drawer. So let's put a couple of worthwhile things in here. Princess Mononoke. This was 20 pence. Gremlins. A tale as old as time. The tale as old as time. The tale as old as time. Beauty and the Beast. Hailed as the greatest animated film of all time. Tale as... Disney's classic The Beauty and the Beast is an enchanting movie masterpiece. Yeah, it's alright. Yeah, it's alright. It's alright. It's okay. It's alright. Back when charity shops price things the way they should. Yes! Yes! Tale as old as time, committing war crimes, Putin and the... Starship Troopers. This was £1 in a charity shop earlier this year. Very happy to pay that for Starship Troopers because I've never seen it. From the director of Total Recall. Haven't seen. I know a lot of people say it's one of the best Arnie's. I've not seen it. Consider yourself. No, consider yourself. Take some time out today. Just for you. Consider yourself. Wallace and Gromit, The Wrong Trousers. Wallace and Gromit in the news again. Because the company making the clay for the Aardman Productions has run out of materials to make the clay. They have enough material to make one more Wallace and Gromit film. The Wrong Trousers. This one is alright. I think I like this one more than the first one. But I think I like Close Shave more than Wrong Trousers. Children's favorites. Hold on. There's a sticker here that says Dustpan Clementine. What? Children's favorite bedtime stories. Hello, it's me, Zippy. It's me, Zippy. Hello, it's me, Zippy. A selection of your favorite TV characters get together on this new bedtime stories video. Enjoy each new episode which has never before been seen on video. For future reference to each story, just reset your VCR's counter to 000. Oh, and then they put little boxes on here. So you can write down what your VCR says. That's the start time for each... Ah, that's really clever. Sooty's Christmas Party. Here's another one to put on at Christmas. The Sooty Christmas Show. Sooty. Good old Sooty. Everyone loves Sooty. If you don't, we're having words. I've heard this is good. It's a Dirty Harry. I've never seen it. The Deadpool. Dirty Harry legend lives on in an explosive thriller. A hit list is compiled as a sick joke, a horror film director, and 3 celebrity murders. All clues why, for the first time, Clint Eastwood is a deranged psychopath's hunted target in a macabre game of life or death. Pretends to know what it is. Okay, so Sooty and Sweep was a children's television program in Britain. There's a man who has a fucking, like, bear hand puppet on one hand and a fucking dog hand puppet on the other one. And the Sooty hand puppet moves and apparently talks without ever saying a word. What's that, Sooty? Oh, very good. And the Sweep is a dog. And he goes... makes squeaky noises. Kids fucking ate it up. I fucking loved Sooty and Sweep. This is one I really do need to get round to watching. Top secret. This movie's great. I've heard very good things about it. What's it? It's that... Yeah, it's a Zucker Brothers production. David Zucker and Jerry Zucker. It's zucking great, I've heard. So. Oh, like an off-brand lamb chop. Oh, lamb chop, yeah. Yeah, I've not seen Lamb Chop, but I'm familiar with Lamb Chop because of Red Letter Media. They've mentioned it. Jim Davidson. The truth, the whole truth. This guy, right? I don't want to get political because my live streams aren't supposed to be political, right? Right-wing ideologue. But also really fucking hilarious at the peak of his career. Separate the art from the artist. More Jim Davidson and the Boys live. Most of this collection of VHS was Jim Davidson when I bought it. And we'll put one more tape in here. The hills have eyes. With the sound of music. So that's a lot of VHS. So what I'm going to do then is get the VHS that's in the drawers out and get that onto like the top of the wardrobe, the bookcase. Don't worry, it makes sense to me. Let's get rid of my 750 mil compressed air duster. Use this space for VHS tapes. Cliff Richard in Concert, Linda Robinson, Clean River Fishing, Gene Pitney. I can go through these with you. Predators of the Wild. Apologies to any people who don't like spiders. I just want to warn you that there is a spider on the front of this VHS tape. You do not want to look right now. Buzzy the Funny Crow. So I've ripped this one. Before my VHS gave up, I ripped that one. The Jungle Book. Meep. I do apologize. I do have a 2000s Disney. No, I think this was still 90s just. Mulan. Mulan looks lovely. Sit there at the front. Mulan looks good up there. No. TMNT can sit up there. Yeah. Go ninja, go ninja, go. Go ninja, go ninja, go. Heckle and Jekyll and Quackula. A Bug's Life. Toy Story. A second copy of Babe. A second copy of Babe. Yubby. Fuck you doing? A whole new world. Pink elephants on parade. Yeah. These three witches. Yeah. Right. I want to show you something. Let me show you a little something. Ace Ventura, When Nature Calls. This is a Philippines screener version of Ace Ventura, When Nature Calls. This might have some of the scenes that didn't make it to the home release. Yeah, sold in the Philippines. These are pesetas, aren't they? Top shot. Now you listen here. Oh, I see. You're one of those that doesn't like to stand straight. Okay. Buzzy the fucking Beetle can go on the shelf then. Jumanji and The Chronicles of Narnia, The Voyage of the Dawn Treader. This is, unless I'm missing something, my entire VHS collection. I'm sorry, what were we doing? Let's see. To infinity and beyond. Oh, that's right. I wanted to clear these drawers out. The drawers are now clear. What am I going to put in the drawers? Yeah, so Akira is an old one. Cardcaptor Sakura, Mewtwo Strikes Back, Pokemon the first movie, Digimon movie, Super Saiyan Son Goku, To Kill with Intrigue, and the Bruce Lee one, and the Chinese Skyline GTR tape were old ones that I've had for years. All the others, I started collecting VHS this year. I've got a problem. But I don't want to do anything about it. So, those drawers are now empty. Now I've got a big ass box full of VHS tapes. Yeah. What's the time? 10:30. 10:30. I missed a tape. I missed two tapes. Tracy Lords To Kill For and Cabaret. Okay, now that's it. No, 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 no. Right. I can see why you'd miss them. What I'm gonna do. Get all those audio CDs into the cupboard. Got 2 boxes full of audio CDs. I'm not likely to listen to audio CDs. Audio CDs being out of the way would be handy. Would free me up some shelf space. I'm gonna put the audio CDs in the cupboard. In the 3 drawers that I just took VHS tapes out of. This is just double handling, isn't it? More cotton buds. More cones. Packets of stickers. I'm not going to go through every CD. And I'm not going to put them all in the cupboard. Like, all my, like, rare things like Final Fantasy VII, Tube, Soul Surfing Crew, Teriyaki Boys, anything Japanese, anything weird, Unzen Shitai, fucking... Also Teriyaki Boys, anything like that, I'm going to keep at hand. But all the stuff that isn't my J-pop stuff, like all the stuff that isn't M-Flow, Tomoyasu Hotai, or Pokemon Christmas Bash, is going to end up in the cupboard. Sound good? Okay. Pragma, Genesis, Mega Disco Funk, Santana Brothers, Marillion, Free, Metallica, The Real Gypsy Kings, Fatboy Slim, Mike Oldfield, Santo Gold, Memories Are Made of This, Memories, My Fair Lady. You can tell which stuff is mine and which stuff isn't. Rod Stewart, The Best of British Music, The Osmonds Ultimate Collection, David Cassidy. Classic Chill Out, Christmas with the Crooners, Christmas with the Stars, Cliff Richard, BBC Comedy DVD Collection. Oh, there's some mothers still have them on here. Oh no, I can't put that in the cupboard. I'm sorry, sir. I'm such a dolt. Right. Linkin Park Collision Course. Red Hot Chili Peppers, by the way. We'll have Metallica out. So, Metallica, Linkin Park, Red Hot Chili Peppers. I Am Ghost. What we got here? X Factor Karaoke DVD. Instant CD and G. Fun Loving Criminals. R. Kelly. Oh no. Roll Deep, Winner Stays On. I think that has Good Times. Yeah, Good Times is good. Green Light is good as well. In the cupboard it goes. Right, Korn. Foo Fighters. The Cure, Savage Garden, M-Flow. Right, McFly. Heart. Scooter. Scooter's good. Scooter can stay. Stuff I'm likely to actually listen to or rip. Could stay. Definitely the Smurfs. Anzen Shikai. Teriyaki Boys. Tube. Final Fantasy VII soundtrack. Christmas Bash. Chemical Brothers. The Spy Who Shagged Me soundtrack. Mint Royale. Oh, they did Singing in the Rain. There's a smile on my face. Korn. I could have sworn you said porn. Not in this collection. Placebo. Red Hot Summer. The One. Shinichi Osawa. M-Flow. Astromantic. Block Party. Right. Plus Tech Squeeze Box. Tomoyasu Hokai. Monomina. What's on here? 4 7 years ago. Wet and Rusting. Wet and Rusting's on this one. Wet and Rusting, the Pelican. Jean-Michel Jarre. Element 4, the Big Brother UK theme. Ash, Intergalactic, Sonic 7 inches. Tokyo Ghetto Pussy, I Can't Show You the Front. Hadoken, Manu Chao, Audio Slave. Okay, maybe when you misheard Korn as porn, might have been some truth. The front cover of the Tokyo Ghetto Pussy Disco 2001 album. Scooter, Jamiroquai, M-Flow. Sorry, McFly. McFly. Did I keep Scooter out? I did keep Scooter out. Okay, Scooter. Galgun Double Panic official soundtrack. McFly. Dance Tip 95, The Eels. Beautiful Freak. Guns N' Roses, right. Will Smith. Super Smash Bros. For 3DS and Wii U official soundtrack. Kiroro Itsukara in a vertical CD case. Itsukara. Da, 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 da. Yes. Keep forgetting the name of this outfit because it's in Japanese. Right, Manu Chao. Muse is fine. Muse can stay. Weird Al Yankovic can stay. Lolly. Yes. Lolly. Go Simp Sonic with the Simpsons. M-Flow come again. MC Mario. Super Mario Land. McFly. Urban Cookie Collective. Manu Chao. Tenacious D Tribute. Lady Gaga Born This Way. Aerosmith Big Ones. Alright. The Sweet. McFly. Yeah, Simpsonic's a good time. Somewhere here I've got the other two as well. Right. Here I have somebody's CD wallet. Presumably my dad's. I'll be able to tell very quickly. My brother's. This would have been Garlip's wallet for burned CDs for the car. So these are all copies from albums that he owns. And this is a CD with nothing written on it. Okay. Curious about that one. But like everything that he would listen to. Some stuff in here I would listen to, some stuff in here I would not listen to. N-Dubs. Sia. First Aid Kit. Fight Star. Dappy. Battle Beast. Son of Dork. Some good stuff in here as well. Ludo, Biffy Clyro, Fear and Loathing. Curious about the disc with nothing written on it. Full albums, just like complete copies of albums. Yeah, straight burns. I have no use for those. They can go in the drawer, and if Garlips wants his old car tapes, car CDs, he can have them. If he says dispose of them, I'll dispose of them. Right. Box 1 of 2. Is computer bits, Taiko drums, controller adapters. This is... Oh, yeah, I mentioned having a Commodore Amiga recently, and you asked me if I had any floppies. Apparently 2 boxes of blanks. Blues Brothers, Turrican 2, Golden Axe, Top Secret, Amiga Power. James Pond, Underwater Agent, Batman, Blood, Shadow Warriors, which is a port of the Ninja Gaiden arcade game, Bubble Bobble Rainbow Island New Zealand story, I have 2 Atari STs here which will not work with me. Commodore Amiga, Robocod 2, Thomas the Tank Engine and Friends, Thomas's Big Race, which is the first video game I ever played. But not VHS tapes. CD-ROMs. Don't worry, I'm awake. I'm awake. Right. Oh. Oh. Most of these are mine. The Ruby Spears Mega Man soundtrack. Johnny Cash. Dennis Leary, No Cure for Cancer. The Brilliant Green. Japanese rock band. Tomoko Kawase's rock band. Lust Crusaders. The Other Side of the Beat Crusaders. Do you need me to call your name and save you from the dark? She's probably in here somewhere. The Very Best of Meatloaf. R.E.M. Avril Lavigne. Gildas and Messiah Tokyo. Band original du film de Wong Kar-wai, 2046. A Nirvana live album. Brilliant Green. Brilliant Green. Brilliant Green. They're pretty good, by the way. Blues Brothers. Bright Eyes. Digital Ash in a Digital Urn. Holly's Love Songs. Ah. Another Phenomena album. Good stuff. I Am Best. I Otsuka. 1 CD and 1 DVD. I do like me some Iotska. I like Sakurambo. I like Yumekoi. Yum Yum Orange. Yum Yum Best. Aya Matsuura. Best one. Goodbye Natsuo is on here. Yeah, Mecha Holiday is on here. Momohiro. Oh, fuck, what's it called? Momohiro Paradise? Momohiro something. Peach something. Life is Beautiful by Flo. Melancholy and the Infinite Sadness. In it goes. Hotai, all-time best, but this is not Hotai's songs. These are remixes of Hotai's songs. Best of Eugene. Danganronpa, the animation soundtrack. And I told Garlips I would put that to one side for him. Supersonic HWA featuring Sonic the Hedgehog. Lemmings. SFX. This is Livia. Oh, Mars Volta. Yeah, Mars Volta. Amputecture. Tokyo Jihen. Or Tokyo Incidents. Looming. Sega Hard Girls. Beat Crusaders. The 1999 to 2003 Last Rome Years DVD box, containing Beat Crusaders The Last Rome Years and Beat Crusaders Best Crusaders. DVD and CD. The extremely rare edition of Delicious Japanese by the Teriyaki Boys. M-Flow. Marillion. Meet the Eels. Best of the Pixies. Orbital. We Are Scientists. Counting Crows. The Magic Numbers. Kaiser Chiefs. Kaiser Chiefs. Athlete. Bruno Mars. The Life of Grime. Which album? With the 90s album art? Because I've been moving through them so fast. Draw number 2. Taking Back Sunday. The Offspring. The Offspring. Oh. Who's this? I have to look this one up. I have no idea who that is. Radiohead, Pitbull, Bobby Looking Chain, Robbie Williams, Pinchy Strider. Underworld. Ben Folds 5. Katy Perry. NERD. Lit. NERD. Vita. Pink. Chemical Brothers. Pure Hip Hop. Franz Ferdinand. Athlete. Snow Patrol. Michelle Jar. 1.82. Green Day. Supergrass. All American Rejects. His Infernal Majesty. Bon Jovi. Incubus. Foster the People. The Calling. 30 Seconds to Mars. Nirvana. The Strokes. Cher. Kanye West. Crowded House. Lil Wayne. The Feeling. Guillemots. Kesha. Green Day. Snow Patrol. Scream. That can stay. War of the Worlds. Perfect Circle. Jurassic 5 can stay. Smash Mouth. Should probably crack that open just once in memory of Steve. Spider-Man. Simple Plan. Marilyn Manson. Rascal Flatts. Bruce Willis. Another Tokyo Ghetto Pussy CD, once again. Can't show that on camera. Celine Dion. Mark Ronson. They Might Be Giants. Fun Loving Criminals. Left Field. Yes, 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 yes. Let's go get a pussy. And then Churches. Simpsons Sing the Blues. The Simpsons Songs in the Key of Springfield. Motorhead. Field. Right. Combine boxes. Take you through what's here. You found glory. You found glory. Jay-Z, the blueprint. 3. American Hi-Fi, flavor of the week. Tiny Temper Discovery, the editors, the back room. At the drive-in, Relationship of Command, Gorillas. Primal Scream, Screamadelica, Cradle of Filth, the principle of evil made flesh. Get Cape, Wear Cape, Fly. Bohemian, Chronicles of a Bohemian Teenager. Nami Muro, All for You. Simeon, We Are Your Friends. The Simpsons Sing the Blues. The Offspring, Splinter. The Simpsons Songs in the Key of Springfield. 2 Tokyo Ghetto Pussy singles. Captain Jack, The Mission. Near Gestalt, 15 Nightmares and Arranged Tracks. Xanadu, Welcome to Tokyo. Xanadu, The Symbol. Xanadu, Think About. Scooter, Jumping All Over the World. Erasure, I Say. Pendulum, Hold Your Collar. The Prodigy, Always Outnumbered, Never Outgunned. Linkin Park Reanimation, Mr. Tumble's Christmas Party. Best of Bowie. Puffy, Bring It. Another Tokyo Ghetto Pussy single. Sobi Sekatsu, Citrus. Electric Eel Shock, Beat Me. Diamond Dogs by David Bowie. Future Listening, Toate. Boz Skaggs, Silk Degrees. Larkin Seal. Clicked. Singles Best 13. Dragon Ball Kai 13 Song Best Collection. Bruce Willis, The Return of Bruno. Daft Club. Marilyn Manson, Holy Wood. Spider-Man, music from and inspired by. This has Chad Kroeger Hero on it. Smash Mouth, Astro Lounge. Jurassic 5. A Perfect Circle, Murder Noms. War of the Worlds. Primal Scream. Give Out But Don't Give Up. Kanye West, My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. Green Day, Warning. Strictly Diesel by Spine Shank. South Park, Chef Aid. Andrew Paul Woodworth, Eddie 8 Dynamite. Really good album, by the way. But I don't think anybody, apart from Andrew Paul Woodworth, has listened to. Pure hip hop. Right. That neatly fills this box. That's quite good, so I'll take that. It's not that lid. It's this lid. Right. that's freed up this box, which has given me a shelf now to work with. I'm going to go. Thank you very much for coming. Wow, spent almost 4 hours in this room. I'm going to have a look at maybe some of this stuff tomorrow night. But I've got a Garlips to see tomorrow. Thank you very much for coming. Until next time, if we live that long, take care. Bye.